University Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Is there really anything better than immersing yourself in football all afternoon on a Saturday? And we continue with this one. It's the Rutgers Scarlet Knights and the New Mexico Lobos. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Guys, Coach knows this is a huge opportunity for his team at home today. One thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The Lobos will kick off first, and here we go. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. On the run, it's Raymond. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. They give it back to him. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
And the defense was locked in. You could tell they saw it. They reacted right away. Got the running back on the ground immediately.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Fires quickly. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
And, man, that's not a surprise that they come to their go-to guy early. This is an offense that's so much fun to watch, and it's because they know who they are. They know how to get the ball to their playmakers. And on the first drive, Palmer, get your guy a touch, get him involved. You know receivers got some feelings, Jesse. I love that they're getting him lathered up in a touch early in this football game.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys who feels like he's open every single play, so it is a good idea to get him going early. For the defense, that's a bit of a jab in the face right there, because you came into this game, you know who's going to get the ball. You know where they're throwing it, and you've got to do a better job now disguising your coverages to try and limit him and take him away as much as possible.
Drops back on first down. He's going for it all. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
Woof. That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Hits inside. It's Raymond. Oh, he's got some space. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big first down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond. And the crowd
got some room, headed to the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rutgers. Fast start for the offense. Points on the board already.
And the coaches talked to us this week of how important it was to getting out to a fast start, and that was the key to winning the game. The offense definitely took that message to heart.
And the extra point is good. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Working the ground game. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup with the defense. Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
For an offense, slant routes against man coverage are really a rhythm throw. You take your steps, you get the ball out, it's got to be in a good location. Quarterback and receiver on the same page there.
And the Lobos have it with a 1st and 10. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incomplete.
Makes the grab in their space. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's why, as a former quarterback, man, I love these drag routes, because if you get the right coverage and it's man-to-man and someone gets picked or can't keep up with your receiver, you just put it out nicely in front of them, they're going to make the catch, and they're going to take it a long way. Really great execution. Nice job by the receiver creating separation, and beautiful throw out in front of the target.
Trying to get the corner. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Man, sometimes as a quarterback, man, you're sitting on that sideline and you watch the other guy go out and just deal, right? And put together a drive, score a touchdown, and you want to come out and you want to answer and you want to be aggressive. And sometimes you take shots, sometimes you force things. So I would recommend to him, just stay within the offense, take what the defense gives you, don't be too aggressive.
Hand it to the back. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Snapped it, and he has to have it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And hold on just a minute. This is a big turnover, but there is a flag down, and I don't think it's going to stand. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. He's going to try to knock one through from 49 yards away. Between the uprights, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. unleashes it on the run. Makes the catch down the right side. Off and running. Touchdown, Rutgers. Into the end zone with a breakaway score. Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. From inside the 10, here he comes. Thought he might have had a little room for a second, but he'll be stopped at the 28, and a pretty good job by the coverage unit. Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. At the 45 on his way. Off to the races. He's at the touchdown, Lobos. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Finds a crease, it's Raymond. Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Racing down the left side. He's at the into the house. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, it's a 21-10 game. What a way to send a message. Huge play in the running game. One snap, and you've got a touchdown on the board. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He'll try to take it back.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to the end zone. Oh, and he's lucky to get that one back.
And he misses. How about that, man? Like, it seems like everything he's thrown so far has worked, especially down here. He's already got 2 touchdown passes against this defense. So, guys, I'm kind of surprised when he misses down here.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. He's got it. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He wants it all. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Getting set for the point after. And the extra point sails through for a 28-10 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. They go to the counter. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. The Lobos want to crank the tempo.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
They were all over it. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball.
He's loose. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working. We've come to the break, and Rutgers is holding the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. They've got a first down here to open the period. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum right down the gut of the field. In with the pick six. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey.
You've got to be so careful as a quarterback throwing over the middle of the field with this linebacker. He is so good in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll make you pay, and he did right there with that pick six.
And the extra point was good. And he's going to bring this one out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do, because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that...
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Great place to start for this offense. A snap, wants to throw to start this drive. Out wide left, it's Carter. He is in! Touchdown, Rutgers! That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the New Mexico offense onto the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The handoff as they run the counter play here. He's got the first down. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Lobos come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Hand off from the shotgun. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
He's going to take off. He's got enough, and he slides to avoid the punishment, and it'll be a first down. Nice move there on 4th and short.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big 3rd down conversion by this offense.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
He gets it across the 25 to the 24. Give him 5 on the carry. This 3rd down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He stopped short of the sticks. They're still in field goal range if they choose to kick it here.
And this offense, I don't think this is going to be a surprise. I think the offense is going to stay on the field. You've already seen it once on this drive, and they've already been successful. You know how hard it is to defend when there's an extra down, and they do it over and over again? So I think this offense will continue to stay aggressive like they were in the last 4th down.
They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. Got to make the play on 4th. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Got some green grass. Nothing but green grass down the middle. The 30, the 20. Touchdown, Rutgers. He got a step and just dusted the field. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Oh, and he missed it. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time to work. Not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. From the gun, running back on the move. Open space at the 25. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Lobos want to pick up the tempo.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. All by himself down the middle. The 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, New Mexico. He'll try to tack on one more. blitz the uprights. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish that thing off in style with a 49-yard touchdown run. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play of the drive, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler. The Scarlet Knights now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Good coverage to knock that pass away.
This defense is going to use this guy in a lot of different ways. You'll see him rush the passer. Obviously, he'll have his name called when the offense tries to run the football, but I love his coverage ability.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Wow, the quarterback got away with one there. He's lucky that defender dropped that pass, because if he picks it, he might have taken that one to the house.
Oh, did he unload on that? It's like there's helium in that one. Makes a move. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. Quick give. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, so much to get you updated on, so let's get right to it here from the EA Sports College Football Update Desk. Let's open things up with Georgia Tech taking on the number 17 team, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here come the Lobos to get things going on offense. Huge deficit to start this 3rd quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Trying to establish the run. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Man, how about that defense on the snap? They are in the backfield with great penetration. Nowhere to go for the running back. That defense was sitting on G, waiting on O.
Got the first down. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27.
And, man, this is more of the same for this dude toting the pill. Like, they keep giving it to him, and he keeps producing. Another chunk play. Like, I don't expect that they'll change much to do with this offense, because every time they give it to him, he's chewing up some yards, and good things are happening.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on 4th down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it in their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Defense all over him.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Back to pass on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on 4th down again. Snaps it, and he has to have it. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
What a big stop for this defense in the second half. Around midfield, you can set your offense up for success right here on this drive by getting that big 4th down stop.
Here comes the Rutgers offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. The run inside. It's Raymond. He's got enough. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
And it's been fun to watch them feature this guy. Like, they understand they can run the football. They understand how good he is, and just they've owned the line of scrimmage. They've sprinkled in some pass. Like, this offense has done a really good job staying balanced, but featuring one of their better players.
Wants to throw on 1st. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
Now New Mexico will go back to work on offense. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been couldn't fight his way out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety.
Well, he was trying his best to get out of the end zone, but the penetration up front is what got that safety for the defense. Shooting their gaps, winning the one-on-ones. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's 2nd and long here. Looking to throw, and they need a bunch. Turns it upfield. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. And the Scarlet Knights peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air, and now back to the line. Fresh set of downs going up top. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
95-96 bridge. 95-96 bridge. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. And the penalty accepted, and they'll move him back. So after that false start, now dealing with 2nd and 15. Here we go. Ready, go. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Raymond. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
And I'm not surprised by the decision-making of this QB. Like, I would go there, too. Like, he's been the go-to guy, man. He's already got 2 touchdown passes on the day. So I'm going to take shots because I believe in my wide receiver. Sometimes it's not going to come home, and it didn't on that play. Tip your cap to the defense, but I got a feeling that's not the last ball he'll throw his way.
And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Drops back on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Key. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Finds his big tight end. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Guys, it is Rutgers on top here at the end of the quarter. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this...
Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. The snap sets up the throw. On the stop.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Let's see what the Lobos offense has dialed up this time. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Across the 25, he's got room. Turning it on. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Lobos!
Man, it's so nice to have an offense that can do so many different things and attack you different ways. When you run the option, the normal way, with a running back.
The fake and a little shuffle. He's into the end zone for the 2, and they get a little bit closer. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with a long run for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Fresh setter downs going to the air. Left side is Duff. At the 40, there he goes. Flying down the left side. Past the 10. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. What a game he's had. 3rd touchdown of this one, and 5 on the season.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he's going to try to return this one. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after his return. Let's see what the Lobos offense has in store. The ride. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
In traffic, it's Smith. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Lobos racing to the line in the hurry-up. Out wide right, it's Smith. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
Man, it's players over plays, isn't it? Like, find your guys, find your matchups. They keep finding him on this drive, and he keeps delivering. That's a really good job by the play caller. Don't try to get tricky. Don't try to outsmart yourself. Your guy is better than his guy.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the...
And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Wants to throw one first. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Runs for the tackle.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Look out! Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Snaps it in the shotgun. A strike downfield. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
New Mexico, 25.
He'll bring it out. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. We will get another look at this New Mexico offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Gives it. Still on his feet at the 40. Brings into the open. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Turns upfield. Gain of right at 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
And he's brought down after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Let's see if the defense comes after them. 3rd and short from the 45. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
New Mexico, 25.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He'll pull it on the read. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused.
Picked off, a turnover in their own end. Got some room to run. Touchdown, State University of New Jersey. And they turn it into a defensive score. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick six.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.